Hello everyone, welcome back. More chess. We get white for a change after those two losing games as black against Equinox 19. Not that I imagine that we lost because we were black. Okay. Sure, get the queen out, and then we start developing with tempo against her, I think is sort of the thing you want to do. They gambit, like, I don't know. What's that for? I feel like she's supposed to just go home there, isn't she? Anyway, I mean, this is not much of a threat. My pawns are all covered. Let's just grab some space in what's left of the center. Yeah, okay. Something like this doesn't seem that amazing to me. Since, for example, I could pin the pawn if I wanted. Even though the queen is defending this, of course. This threatens a sort of weak pawn and defends this square, which seems like an important one. It means the queen is tied down over here, otherwise I just jump into that space. So can I dislodge her? I can do this. That also threatens this area. I don't think that's a very good idea. Let's just try to get my king to safety. The middle of the board is pretty open. The bishop and the queen are not too far away from collaborating on this square, I guess. I wouldn't appreciate. I guess I could do this if it becomes an issue. Yeah, let's just get a knight out. This knight's a little bit weak now. He's been pinned for a while. But now he's under attack as well, which is a bit upsetting. Do I just do this? Do I bring my bishop back here? That feels a bit embarrassing. I think I want this. The knight's still in a pin, but at least he's defended a bit more now. He's not really in a pin, because I can defend... The queen is defended, and being attacked only by a queen, so it's sort of fine. Okay, I think I want this. Discovering an attack on the queen. So you kind of expect to follow up like this. And in the end, the fact that my king is so exposed will be less of an issue. Is there anything else I can do instead? Oh, at the end I'll have something like this, won't I? Takes, here. Yeah. Oops. I guess they can do that, can't they? But I still get this. Which I think is good, right? Like... Nothing is in grave danger at the moment. The queen is a little bit overloaded, I guess. She's tied down to this pawn and also this one. But if the opponent wants to do this here... No, I've got this guarding that. I think I'm fine. And I could actually, like, I mean, I don't know. I think that's pretty bad. It drops this pawn, if nothing else. I worry a little bit about my bishop being locked in, something like this. I have the square defended enough. Let's just get this bishop going so I can get kingside. Actually, that just dropped this pawn now that I look at it. Let's fix the problem by just trading bishops. Okay. Now they have poor structure on both sides of the board. There is still some temptation to castle here. It drops this, but it gives me this amazing D file. A lot of authority on that file. You can start pushing like this, right? Say they actually go pick this up. We push. If they move the knight, we go like this, and we have this insane battery against the king. If they don't move the knight, we pick up the knight, right? So I feel like I don't care about this pawn. There's some danger that eventually they can, like, get this bishop involved and checkmate me here. Or this knight. I'm a little bit scared of that, I guess. It's got to be right, especially because it makes use of this bishop. Yeah, if you want the pawn, I think I'm gonna be okay. And if they don't take the pawn, then this has gone great because I have this battery and I didn't even have to pay for it. I'll just develop here. Okay. I'm checkmated. I forgot. I thought they were gonna need help with the bishop to coordinate on me, but I actually no rematches on this channel. But I forgot that my king is tucked away so nicely here. Well, that one's gonna be on the blunderometer. I feel like I was winning until castling queenside. Yeah. Yep, there you go. It just seemed like such a good attack, and I didn't... I was blind to this possibility. I always forget that the queen can checkmate you in ways other than being adjacent to you. So I was like, she'll have to get here, but not true. Okay. So I moved here, which it doesn't like, and I agree. I noticed that in the game. It drops this pawn. They would do this. So I should do something else. For example, maybe just like here or here. Maybe here to get ready to castle. I'm plus almost 2 here. I mean, this attacks the bishop, but that's bad. It just drops the pawn. Here seems similarly problematic. I don't see any big, like, queen attacks. This knight's defended. It's not some quiet developing move. I doubt it's castles. For the same reason it was horrible in the game. I don't know, what was it? Support it with a pawn. Why is that so good? It's like a whole pawn better than any other move. Oh, I see. Well, no. Here, like... it drops the pawn, but I get a bishop for it. So, like, what tactic is there if I do something quiet like this? This was the first thing I thought of, by the way. And it's like, well, that's second best, but it's still awful. I don't understand how it says you're at 1.7 when your best two lines are 0.9 and 0.7. Like, this makes no sense to me. And also, I feel it was a bit unfair to reject me for having played this, when it's just not that much worse than this. Yeah, and they go kick away the bishop. You have this tempo against the queen. Huh. Yeah, castle's queen side was a blunder. I think castle's king side is fine, though. Yeah. I just didn't see enough of the danger here. I thought it was only a pawn, not my king, that would be in danger. And it was developing this great attack against the enemy king. Oh, I mean, and like, yes, sure. You're in now a terrible position, but you still shouldn't give away mate in one. To not lose, you should make space for the king by moving the queen somewhere. I suppose here. No? There's this bishop. Oh, bishop checks here even. Wow. Oh, wait, move the pawn. I don't need... Yeah, I see. Don't need to move the queen to make space. All right, let's get another game in. See if I can hit a 4-game losing streak. Okay, finally, a match. I'm white. I go here. And I go here. I think those are good first two moves. And when they put the knight there, I like doing this. And then we better start getting out some pieces, like this one, attacking the pawn. Really? No, this is a rated game. We don't do takebacks. I don't know why it even allows me to accept them in a rated game. You shouldn't put players under that kind of, like, emotional pressure. You just shouldn't be allowed to ask for one if it's a rated game. I can develop this bishop, but not anywhere very good on the queen side. I could put him here. This pawn could use some help, and we're missing this pawn. The alternative would be this, to develop him here, where he seems like Maybe better, yeah, because he can kind of X-ray this pawn anyway, standing here, and that's where I'd like him to be long term, as a defender for my castled king, hopefully. That's a rook. Okay, I'll trade. I don't want them taking here because I don't have sufficient defense for it. Okay, I've lost the center. Wow. But I do have this pawn if I want it. Not really sure whether I do. Probably I should, right? What about this check first to develop a bit usefully? King has to actually move, right? No, knight could come back. But that's also bad. Yeah. So much for making that space. Suddenly the board has opened up and my bishop is thrilled to be out in the open. I assume knight here. It's kind of the only move, really. In which case... Oops, that's a pawn. Here? Here? Oh, bishop can block. Who knew? I can take there, or I can take here. Threatening to capture the bishop. So I think they have to do this, and then I can do here, which seems useful. Right, because there's a sensitive spot here that currently the queen is guarding, so it's fine. But if the queen were ever to be distracted, we would be threatening to fork the king and rook. I don't think that'll happen. Probably they're gonna like kick me away now or something. Okay, well the fork is gone now anyway because the king has retreated. I had 2 undefended knights. I need to address this problem. Sooner or later, some tactic is going to emerge against them. Here's a funny idea. Tempo against the queen, and then protect the knight. Right? What could go wrong? We occupy these 2 excellent squares with just absolutely intolerable knights, I think. Or at least one of them is. I could actually also do this if I wanted, maybe? Yeah. I'm not sure. But since I'm up a piece right now, I should probably be trying to trade, and this accomplishes that one way or another. With pretty reasonable tempo, I think. Oh, bishop can escape with check, actually. No, I can take it. Ha, gotcha. Knights and bishops kind of tend to be attracted to each other, right? If you're covering one of their moves, you're probably covering the other as well, in a sense. So as I said, I could do something like this and defend it, but I think I want this just to get more pieces off the board and solidify this advantage of oh, you know what? Develop bishop, right? What happens if I develop the bishop? They attack it. But I'm blocking with my knight. You're here. Well, then just takes. I think I want the bishop out there. I don't think there's anything really sad that's about to happen to him. They could attack it like so, I guess. Pile up a second attacker. Then I have to devote the queen to it, and then this is maybe a little problematic. I think I get away with this. We'll see. And queen here is the way to defend the bishop, or do I want something like one of these two? Or here? Or I can defend, since they didn't advance the pawn, I can defend it sort of indirectly like so. By stopping it from advancing. But then they just do this, right? And I don't have anything there. Okay, so maybe like this. Which also defends the knight. In case that ends up mattering. I would love to castle soon. Don't get me wrong. Kingside. I don't know. Maybe I should have done that first. I was a little scared of what that rook might do, but I guess why? So can I not do this? So rook can't take now, but maybe they try to pile up like so or something? Then I support with pawn. Uh-huh. So I think now is the time to castle, right? What's the threat? Here. Here. I'm not immediately dead. If I castle, I'm here. The knight can't possibly attack me immediately. I think it's fine. And I sort of turn this from a pin against my bishop into a discovery for my bishop, hopefully. If I can get a rook here, ever. This knight is obviously their tactics being threatened. Okay, that wasn't one I was worried about. Was I wrong? I think I just do this. Why don't I try to keep things together? Capture here. And that keeps this pawn, which is really valuable. Only if they actually trade queens do I have to give up the pawn. Or not even give up the pawn, but move the pawn. Okay. Yeah, this pawn is in some danger. The obvious thing to do would be to move a rook. Like get this guy involved, maybe? Could do this instead. Even this, if I really wanted to keep my rooks on these files. But I think I can just do this and be fine. King here someday, or maybe here. I want to control entries for... No. I want to control entries to my back rank by the enemy rooks. I will not let you. I don't think they can assemble enough firepower to take out that knight. Or this pawn. Seems a little early to try and activate my king. I don't want them to be able to get here. I should probably start advancing my own pawns. I just don't know where I'm supposed to do that. I could do this. Discover this attack. Be willing to trade. No, because here, trade, kick, and I lose this pawn, and things fall to pieces. Let's just get my king up, I think. I don't know. I'm sure that's wrong somehow. Something like this. But my knight's taking care of this file, right? And it lets me do this with a bit more of a clear conscience. I'm scared of these pawns, man. I can afford to do this. They can't get rooks over here in time to actually break that up. And they can't get to this file either, because we're covering this with the knight, this with the pawn. But once I get to here, I don't really have any follow-up plan. I don't understand how to break down this structure. Like, I've got this extra knight, but I don't know what to do with him. I guess now I can start doing something like this, because they no longer have G6 as a threat to kick it away. But I kind of like him there stopping F5, right? Yeah, like why try to stop the pawn from moving? Just like if it does move, take it. Okay, yeah. I don't see that as much of a problem. I don't have to let you open up this file to my king. You push. I can't take with the knight now, but like that's fine. Why don't I just do this first? No, that's bad because here push. I guess it's fine. I still have this guarded by my... Yeah, I think I can live with that. Here, the knight is protecting, so this pawn will be planted somewhat firmly. And if they try to double up more rooks, I can defend with this pawn. If they try to break things down over here, I can push here. Oh, that's no good at all. Oh, no. That didn't work. We have a discovery on this rook. That should simplify things for me a lot. The knight can't really be dislodged. The king can't do anything good right now. It's just crawl up into a ball, huh? And we're threatening mate in one. You want to take back? You want to... No. What, now? This sort of defends the mate in 1, by the way. Okay. I definitely felt pretty lost in this endgame. A 2-rook endgame I don't understand what to do with. Even up a knight, I felt like... I didn't feel like I was losing. It was clear I was winning, but I didn't know what I was supposed to do. It looks like my endgame was good. Little dip in the mid game there. I don't know. I mean, when the opponent gives you a bishop straight away, it's like hard to blunder in some sense. Yeah, okay. No significant mistakes. We had a couple of these inaccuracies I'd be happy to look at. So I played this. Why did I do this? I don't really remember. It was just like to be up a pawn, basically. It's like, I don't know, is it, what does it want me to do? This? Oh, this is actually a bigger threat than it looked at first. I don't know, this pawn sucks though. I don't want to let them, I see. The problem is, I can take either one of these 2 pawns, and I don't get the other. And the problem is, if I let them go like this, they develop a useful center, I think. Whereas like this, I guess I still have to figure out how to defend this pawn, honestly. You can push it, and it's defended sufficiently against my 1 attacker, and I have to move, but I can do something like this? I don't know. So I assume it's... Hello? Is it? Oh, it's not my move. I skipped the wrong place. Okay, so it was this take that it dislikes. And I don't remember asking... I don't know. I wish I only could have the arrows on like when I want them. Like when this is on. There is a keyboard shortcut for turning the arrows on and off, right? What is it? A for arrow. That makes sense. So I did this. No, I took here. Here, learn from this mistake doesn't work. I don't understand. It's like I can't click that button. Very weird. Right, I took here, and then they developed this big center, I think was the issue. And as soon as I took it, I was like, wow, look at this center. I think it would be better to just grab this, threatening this anyway, and then if they do take, they lose something. Okay, fine, I guess I have to ask Stockfish. So, +6, this is bad. This is also not as good as it could be. Leave this tension? Oh, it thinks this is fine. It just hadn't finished analyzing, I guess. Right? Yeah. So we take here, and their center is not as powerful. It says recapture, and then this is playable, but it thinks I should take here first. Huh. Okay. Anyway, show me my next inaccuracy. It doesn't like knight takes here. I mean, okay. It likes my original plan, I guess. Of just planting 2 nightmare knights, haha. But I think as a practical matter, as humans, it's sort of fine to just... Ooh, it doesn't like that. Yeah, we did... Oh! Yeah, that's a much better move than what my opponent did. Okay, this move was a serious blunder. It's not mentioned because... Or we're not up to it yet? Yeah, okay. I just made 2 inaccuracies in a row. But the last one is clearly a blunder. It's just I was far enough ahead I could survive the blunder, so the computer's not too pedantic about it. But yeah, this would be much better. Although it actually thinks just like walk away. Kind of surprising. Anyway, I think this is more natural. Because I want to be able to castle still. But so in case you didn't notice it, the blunder here, yeah, I mean there's a big old arrow. Why is this good? Oh, I see. It's not okay. I'm not actually dropping the knight like I thought I was. Why isn't it showing me 2 lines? I thought I had that configured. Multiple lines, 2. Like, why isn't it telling me how bad this is? I feel like that's what it should do. Anyway, we do have this to not be totally ruined. Okay. Let's do a quick couple puzzles, I guess, before we sign out for the day. This is an attack. My knight is in some trouble. I mean, something like this is kind of interesting. It attacks the queen. But I think bishop here takes. And I'm still down a bishop with no... Or I guess I'm down the knight, rather, with no clear compensation. Oh, my knight is defended also by the light square bishop, I guess. So this is not so crushing as it first appeared to me. I don't have to let them take the queen. So maybe takes... Suppose they decide to do this, right? I can take here. But then... all I've accomplished is hanging this bishop, right? No, I can pick this one up in exchange. Huh. That all seems like a complicated way of sort of breaking even. What about this? This knight is undefended and pinned to the rook as well. My knight defends the bishop, but could be deflected like so. Then here, and now the bishop is actually hanging. So that doesn't really work. This is kind of interesting. If we could deflect the queen and also this threat against our own queen, we could pick up this bishop. This kind of deflects the queen. And if they try this, okay, I don't know. We end up succeeding in picking up the bishop, but we're still just even. This is definitely not anything. We just lose the queen for nothing. We could move the queen first to stop this. But there's so many moves black could make in response to this that I don't think it can really be a puzzle answer. It also loses the threat against this bishop. What if I just take the bishop? Oh, that seems good, doesn't it? Well, takes, I guess. No, I have this covered. I think I just take the bishop. Yeah. And then pick up the queen. Okay, that's a good puzzle. It took me some time and had a satisfying conclusion. Ooh. This is interesting. So this is about promoting my pawn, I guess. The knight really wants to get here in order to stop this, right? What I want to do is like this, but this stops me, right? So I think we go here. Now, the knight can just pick this up for free, but he can no longer get to this square. Here, for example, just delays things by a turn. Yeah, that's got to be it. They just picked up a knight. Queen here seems pretty cool. Combined with this bishop, it forces the king there. And then I think we have check. Rook takes mate. Yeah, that looks pretty good. All right, decent puzzle. Not too hard, as you can see by the points it gave me. But a fine puzzle nonetheless. Okay, have I seen this one before? I remember this checkmate threat coming up. It's not really a checkmate threat, is it? I have a pawn here. And a rook protecting it. So they can't just do this. Like, this is obviously an appealing move. But there's a knight here. So I wonder if we can afford the tempo of doing this. That threatens mate in 1. Well, yeah. 2, I guess, because this rook could block. So they have to react by, like, moving this rook, don't they? Or by taking my queen, my rook, which would be very welcome. So I feel like I can just take this knight and be fine. What if they bring another rook into the battery? It's not fast enough. I just checkmate them. What else can they do? They can do, you know, like this. This is check, but I just take it with my king. They can try this. That's check, but I take it with my rook and then my king. They can escape with check, but I get like here, and then I still have the checkmate threat. So why isn't this good? I think the reason is that it doesn't threaten checkmate. Wait a minute. This is more forcing. I don't need the queen. Right? Here, god damn it. Here, check. And you can either block with your rook and get mated immediately, or take with the knight and get check mated. Yeah, so this is better. Okay. One more puzzle? Is that a pawn you just took? Not that it matters much. Okay, so there's something like this knight is the only thing defending the rook. That's obviously important. And so I'm tempted to just like knock the knight away like so. But I don't know, does that work? What if they just take a rook? I take here. 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 What's the damage at the end? We've each lost a rook, but they've lost 2 minor pieces. I see. Is this rook going to get involved at any point? I don't think so. Yeah. Yeah, and so you have to be careful not to do this because it drops this bishop. That was why I said we were doing this earlier. Okay. I mean, easy enough, but a fine puzzle. Oh, I hit next. I forgot. I wanted to. All right, you guys can solve this on your own time if you want. I'm going to sign out. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.